class. My name is Randy Lewis, and I'm here to persuade you guys about the need of college athletes and their need to be compensated from the NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many of you feel that college players should be paid for the use of their talents? Because after all, the NCAA does use their talents and their likeness in merchandise.
I do.
Thank you. At least we have someone in this class
Yep.
who appreciates and support the players in their struggle. Okay. Now let's go to this main point. The NCAA is a big part in bringing in major revenue from all the major division schools and all the major sports, especially basketball, football. Those are the two big money makers around the country. And the players who play for these sports
Mm-hmm.
play on an athletic scholarship where the league rule prohibits them from receiving cash considerations or any benefits from any outside sources, and if so, they will be prohibited from playing, or their whole school will be punished under the league ramifications. Now, many people feel that, of course, whether it's analysts or journalists or people in the NCAA confines believe that college players are already being compensated by using their scholarships, but for many people that doesn't feel necessarily so, because you may receive your scholarship just to play, on an athletic scholarship, to play the sport that you're signing your letter of intent of, but at the same time, you still need extra cash for everyday uses. At the end of the day, they are still college students. Some student athletes come from lower inner city backgrounds, so it's essential for them to need extra money. So if they need extra money to get a pizza or go on a date, or for instance, they need some extra new clothes. I mean, yeah, the school will give them stuff for representing their school for whatever they wear, but sometimes they need some casual wear like I'm wearing right now. They want to look fly.
Yep.
You know? Anyway, according to USNews.com, a group of former players have filed an antitrust lawsuit that student athletes are entitled to some of the money that the NCAA makes off using their names, likeness on merchandise such as jerseys and video games. Of course, NCAA football, which they use their money off, they make money off of them. A writer from Forbes.com states that over 90% of college athletic departments currently would lose money if such a proposal was to made to pay college athletes. The NCAA has to change the rules, because at the end of the day, these students are putting themselves on the line for the use of making the league money and aren't fully guaranteed and protected with their athletic scholarships, heaven forbid, if they get injured or if something happens. And right here, I have a video to explain my point.
Weber has been indicted on charges he lied to a grand jury about his dealings with a Michigan booster.
Weber allegedly lied about receiving $280,000 worth of cash and gifts from booster Ed Martin during his 2-year college career.
When I first started recruiting for Michigan, I went to a public league game in Detroit, and at the end of the game, the players I'm watching, they're out on the court with an older gentleman that's celebrating with them. And as a recruiter, I'm thinking, who is this guy? Obviously, he knows all these kids. What was Ed Martin?
The Godfather, Big Money Ed, as we called him. He was a big fan of Southwestern's program. So if there was a player on the team that had busted gym shoes or didn't have boots in the winter, Big Money Ed would make sure that he had a pair of shoes.
Poor people in the Detroit community aren't going to refuse.
The NCAA generates a net worth of over $900 million. Roughly 85% of their earnings come from marketing, TV deals, and investments using the likeness of the players. Like I just showed you the example of Chris Webber, one of the main people indicted on lying on receiving these gifts from Ed Martin, which was a family friend of the Fab Five members that were on the team during the early 90s. Now, like I said before, reiterated before, the NCAA is a multi-million-dollar business that generates enough money to compensate the players. And here are the ways where they can help compensate the players. We're not asking for them to be millionaires, but we're asking for them just to have some money in their pocket so they can live everyday lives as college students. The NCAA can give a percentage of their earnings received from endorsements and television rights, as well as video games. The percentage of college athletes getting degrees before exploring professional aspirations would increase. These student athletes will also obtain more knowledge from the classroom as well as from the business sports off the court as they go into their business fields or professional fields, as that may be. And finally, I encourage you guys to go to ncpanow.org/petition, where you can sign your name in support of these college athletes and being protected by the NCAA and being paid for their talents. You guys, today, you guys now have some insight on why these players should get paid. The NCAA makes money off their name through marketing, and if compensated from a percentage of the NCAA revenue, it can help these college athletes stay longer than wanting to go pro early. Yes, finally I understand some college athletes are being paid through their scholarships, but for some it's not enough. At the end of the day, we're all college students and we're all trying to get by.